Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chess and welcome back to another DR survival videos. Today's we will be a little bit talking about short stuff. I don't think this video will take long actually. It's basically just about Krasnoyarsk over here. So Krasno is one of the NPC that is in the eastern cities, that is in the train what is it, like train station, I guess, train railway something, the conductor, I mean, right? This one over here, as you can see, you can go from pretty much anywhere from Chelyabinsk to Irkutsk, and that's about it, I guess, right? So yeah, I guess this is much more for end game players, because if you want to reach this place, you will need about level 85, if I remember correctly, or 80 or something like that. So it's pretty much about end game players, right? And the thing about Krasno is that this is pretty much the NPC that pretty much sells everything. As you can see over here, the trader is kinda there's like a lot of stuff over here, right? The trader has 4 pages, as you can see over here, and the fourth page, as you can see over here, it's pretty much full, right? Full of stuff, and you can get many stuff from here, right? Like as you can see, um, yeah, like pretty much anywhere, I think most of them anyway, like sell stuff that is the same as Krasno. As you can see, you have the regular stuff like the filter, battery, homemade, handmade, homemade explosives, and then various ammos, actually all of them. And then diesel gasoline is the same, lighter, I guess, and then there is some tools over here, and then there is also chemistry set. As you can see, right, there is saltpeter over here, and sulfur as well. Weapon damage, weapon repairs, I mean, like screws, wires, springs, oil, I guess, and then the new stuff as well, like washing powder, rubber, and then there's also like sandpaper, tarp, and copper, right? Pretty much anything that are new in the, after the big update, right? And then you can also see, like, here they have salt and sugar as well. And yeah, like, and then there is also this kind of stuff that are pretty much anywhere else, right? Also, like, we will enter the medicines after this, and this is pretty much the only, I think, the only NPC probably that sells, a lot of stuff, right? And as you can see, the medicines are quite complete as well. They have lithiazide, IR 190, chlorhistamine, methocaine, bryocarm, and healing salve. Also like painkiller, I think, yeah, antibiotics also here as well. And then as you can see, this is the new pills, I think. What do you call this kind of stuff? Like medicines, right? You can only get this from daily, right? Like daily login, you can get this, or you can just buy 50 of them from Krasno. And Krasno is apparently the only NPC that sells this antirad over here. Like, so yeah, basically there is so many stuff over here, right? Also the medicines, as you can see, these are pretty much all the medicines that you will need to craft, to make, what is it called, the aquavite over here, right? They have methocaine, and then bryocarm, and then chlorhistamine, also this kind of stuff like honey. Also they sell, apparently, we'll take a look about that in a second. And then healing salve, IR, and then lidicide, right? As for moonshine, I don't think they have. Honey, they do have. Let's see again. um, where is it? I think it's the fourth page. Yeah, over here. This is the honey, right? So they pretty much have everything to make the aquavite, more or less, right? Well, apart from the moonshine, obviously, but you can always craft that, right? Yeah, like you can always craft that. Also, let's see. They also have potato. Basically, potato is the one that you will need to make the moonshine as well. Yeah, as you can see, you need water. They also sell water, obviously. Potato they sell, and then activated charcoal, which probably they don't sell. Let's see. I don't think they sell though. But yeah, you can still craft that quite easily You only need coals and clean water, and that's about it. Pretty much simple. What is it? Simple crafting recipe, right? Or schematics, what you want to call that. Um, Also, yeah, like pretty much anything. Also, sausage, apparently whiskey as well, and then there's milk and egg. There's not many NPC that sells both milk and egg. I don't think there's any even. Let me know if there's any. I kind of forgot, but the fact that Krasno has both of these, usually it's either one of those, right? Either they sell milk or either they sell eggs, and that's about it. But here you can actually craft, you can get both of those, and um, you can pretty much you pretty much need this for any recipe, right? That are useful as well, I would say. Like for instance, you want to make blini, you will need milk and eggs, right? So Krasno pretty much provide that as well. Yeah, I think they don't sell flour as well. They don't sell condensed milk. Yeah, I know, but uh, they still sell wheat. You can pretty much grind wheat into flour, right? And then for the condensed milk, I think, yeah, I don't think they have this. Maybe in the future we will be able to craft condensed milk from milk. Who knows, right? Maybe like condensed milk is basically just it's not really milk if you ask me. uh, I think I learned about this as well, like studied about this in my university. So it's more like the byproduct of milk. um, and then it got included with a lot of sugar as well. This one sugar, and then yeah, like pretty much you boil this until the water is kind of removed, right? That's just pretty much it. So we will probably be able to do that, just add milk with probably sugar, and then just boil this, and we can get ourselves some condensed milk, right? Who knows? Or maybe using can as well, because the condensed milk actually, this one, it requires can, right? Because yeah, a whole can of condensed milk. So maybe we'll need can, just empty cans like this one over here. But who knows, right? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of stuff. If you ask me, they literally sell almost most of the. I think these are pretty much almost everything, right? Vegetable and what is it? Potato. You pretty much need that as well. Uh, to craft stuff, right? Like to make uka, you will need a potato, and then to make stuff like pizza, you will need vegetables, right? As for corn, I think this is pretty much you can use this for whiskey. Also, the potato as well you can use for moonshine, and then the wheat you can use for making flours, right? Um, I mean flour. Yeah. They don't sell coffee though, but they do sell tea. At least that's something, right? And then they also sell cheese apparently. You can craft cheese just by combining milk and egg, if I remember correctly. But they also sell just the straight up selling cheese, right? So there's that. Yeah, like it's very complete, right? Like you cannot go wrong with this. They sell milk and egg simultaneously, as well as selling sugar and salt as well. Well, salt is pretty much more common than sugar, but still, right? Having this in one place is always nice to see, right? And then there's this new stuff over here, the new antirad. This is the pretty much the only thing that you can get from the daily, right? Also, Krasnoyarsk is the only place that sells this. You cannot find this anywhere else. Also, yeah, just like the complete medicines over here, which is always nice, right? Um, I guess it makes sense because the blue faction, if I remember correctly, I think the blue faction is all about medicines, right? They are pretty much great at having medicines, but then again, if you can see the icon over here, Novosibirsk, they have the icon of like apothecary, right? This one, this is this looks like chemical and wheat, right? So it's pretty much medicines and crop. And then if you can see, let's actually go to Novo for comparison, right? And we'll see why Krasno is way better than Novo. I will explain that as well. As you can see, Novosibirsk has this glass and snake, right? This is pretty much the symbol for medicines. But as you can see, they don't really sell that complete of medicines, right? Which is kind of weird if you ask me. Also, they only have 3 pages, even and not even full, right? While Krasno they have four, and then the fourth page is actually full as well. So as you can see, for a place that is supposed to have a lot of medicines, because the literally the icon or the symbol for the city is glass and snake. It's pretty much medicines, right? They don't really have that a lot of medicines. They only have lydiacide, IR, and chlor, and that's about it. They don't even have bryocarm. They don't even have metocane as well, and then healing salve. Yeah, those are non-existent here, right? Um, so yeah, also as you can see, they only sell milk but not the egg, right? And Krasno has both milk and egg. And then as you can see, also in Novo, they don't have sugar, right? Only salt. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say that Krasno is probably the best NPC. Um, yeah, like pretty much if you're endgame, you kind of already always, pass Krasno, right? Because you're just pretty much selling stuff to the NPC, right? From Chelia to Irkutsk. So, from Chelia you go Kurgan, Tyumen, Omsk, Novo, Krasno, and then Irkutsk, right? So you're pretty much just going back and forth, and you will cross Krasno anyway. So for most of you, you probably already know about this, right? But for me, I would say that there is something special about Krasno, um, that they just sells everything. They just sell everything. As you can see, crops. 5 different crops. That's kind of insane if you ask me. Also spices as well. Again, like both milk and eggs, always nice. They also sell pretty much every single medicines that are that exists in game, right? This one, the healing salve, and then the antibiotics, painkillers, lydiacide, IR, bryocarm, methocaine, chlor. That's like basically all of the medicines, right? It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. So maybe they will nerf this kind of a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe they will buff the other NPC to have even more stuff. I'm not sure, right? Also, they have sugar as well. Apparently, not every NPC has sugar, and it's kind of like I would say that players are kind of short on sugar as well, and the price of sugar is kind of expensive if you buy from other players. So at least that's one thing to consider, right? Let's also go to Irkutsk just for the comparison, right? Because we just took a look from Novo perspective, and then we might as well go to Irkutsk perspective as well, right? So yeah, let's go to trader. They have four still for trade, but as you can see, the fourth page is pretty much empty. There's only one stuff over here, which is two meat, and that's about it. And as you can see, the other, what is it, like 14 slots are basically empty, right? And then as you can see, they don't even have medicines. Well, the same, I guess. Lydiacide, IR, and chlor. They don't have crops at all. They don't have sugar as well. Only Krasno has sugar apparently. And then yeah, that's pretty much it, right? A lot of stuff, basically, right? They do have this kind of stuff, like Primus stove. I don't think Krasno has, but then again, like it's I don't know, like in my opinion, like Krasno is just the best NPC, I would say. And yeah, some people actually resides in Krasno as well. Like there are some players that, like pretty much you can kind of pick your own role, right? What you want to do in game, what you want to do in general, right? And some players like to collect medicines, because Aquavite, right? Because these, it's kind of cheap now compared to in the old version. In the old version, you will need 100 of each. Now it's only 7 for some reason. It's either 100 or 10. I kind of forgot, but yeah, it's somewhere along those. I think 100 each. I think because 100 was like about 300. About what is it, like almost 3,000, right? Yeah, I think it was 100 each, right? and now it's just 7, so it's pretty much basically cheap, right? Again, because things this is cheap, the developers might want to nerf this in the future, right? So I would say that if you want to farm Aquavitae right now, it's probably the best time, because you can pretty much get this all of this stuff quite easily, and it's kind of cheap as well, I would say. The buyer sells has money about 20,000, right? There's four of them, so that will be 80,000, right? So yeah, let's go back to Krasno actually just to check the price of the medicines, right? Like, what if I buy everything? How much ration cards I should give them, right? So yeah, let's go to trader, and then let's go back to the medicines. Yeah, like pretty much over here, all of this stuff. Um, yeah, like let's say I buy all of this stuff, how much I would have to pay? Okay, that's apparently quite expensive if you ask me, but for uh, eight of these eight medicines, you only need 125,000. I think that's pretty much a deal. I would say, like, like 80,000. It's refresh, right? And then these are not everything that you need. I don't think. Yeah, you don't need the antibiotic and the painkiller. You will pretty much need this one, methocaine, bryocarm, and chlor. And then after that, you also need healing salve, IR, and lutecide. And that's about it. So you pretty much can just ignore the last two, which is this one, painkiller and antibiotic. So you can just buy this the other six, right? So I think that can actually reduce the cost by a substantial amount. Let's see, actually, what is it? 114,000. Okay, so that was only 10,000, but still, right? Um, this is pretty much like 7 Aquavitae, right? Because you can get you need 7 of these each, right, to make one barrel of aquavitae. So having 50 means that you can pretty much craft 7 of them, and each barrel will give you about 5 to 15, so that's average on 10. It means that, with only this you can get 70, right? So yeah, 70 aquavitae for only 100,000 ration cards. It's, if you ask me, that's actually very cheap. 70 for those, like, it's pretty much a steal, right? It's a deal, I would say, especially when every refresh you can get 80,000, right? So what's that in one day? So you can get 320,000, so that's pretty much three times this, right? So you can get three times 70 is about 200, right? 200 aquavitae every day. That's kind of insane if you ask me. But yeah, a little bit for today's video, I guess. It's not really today's video, I don't think. This is pretty much like extra video. I think I will upload something else today. I'm not sure, right? But yeah, anyway, this has been the Art Survival video, reviewing about Krasnoyarsk NPC, right? And why you should not sleep on Krasnoyarsk NPC, because they just provide a lot of stuff. Medicines, they have sugar, they have the eggs and milks at the same time, the spices, all various crops over here. Also, they also have obviously the new stuff, right, from the new version, like the copper, the tarp, sandpaper, and then what else? Sausage, and then after that, there's also rubber and washing powder, right? Yeah, that's pretty much everything that you need. Also, for some people, you probably don't have a lot of saltpeter and sulfur, right? Well, guess what? They also sell that as well. They sell insulating tape as well, and pretty much all of stuff over here. Um, I would say pretty much useful. And then this one, the lighter, I really like lighter for some reason. I always use lighter when I do stuff like this one, this lighter, right? It has 20 uses, and I pretty much always use this because if you can see over here, oh, I don't have wood at the moment, so it'll be a little bit difficult. Okay, let's chop some wood just to show about why I like the lighter better than anything else, because as you can see, the using lighter only costs 15 minutes, right? The other ones are pretty much kind of longer, or If it's shorter, it's kind of much more expensive than the lighter. So that's why I like lighter. It's because it's kind of balanced in the terms of the time it requires, also the cost that it has, right? Because it has 20 users pretty much. It's great overall, right? But yeah, anyway, that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay healthy. I'll see you again very soon, and see ya.